Raid Shadow Legends rewards players who think strategically about resource management. What do I mean by this? People who work smarter, not harder, basically. I mean, we all know if you want to work harder, right, you can just pay to win. I mean, maybe that's not true, because if you want to work harder and put some real life resources into the game, you can pay to win. But that aside, if you're, not a spender like me, it's about maximizing the value of every action you take, right? Like not leaving any tournament points, CVC points, champion training points, not leaving any points in any event and progress on the table, right? And the difference between a player who understands things like this and like tricks, like the trick I'm about to tell you, and someone who doesn't, it becomes a very, very wide gap over time, right? The success in this game is about little habits over time that add up to more sacred shards, better use of your skill books, better gear, right? Which really makes a difference in accounts. And I have a perfect example of something like this. And this trick that you should do is that you should use duplicate champions to upgrade skills of that champion. Okay, why does this matter? Well, for one, it makes some rares like the Diabolist in particular really worth it to book out in the early game because you don't have to use any skill books, right? And Diabolist in particular is like the perfect bang for your buck early game champ to take to level 50, which by the way, if you're looking for early game tips, no better one than to use a beginner link such as mine to start your account. Reason being, from my beginner link, you're going to get 2 legendary champions and 3 epic champions right off the bat. It's going to be Elenaril right when you sign up, Lightsworn at level 10, Vergis at level 20. Lightsworn and Vergis are epics, by the way. Elenaril is a legendary. Tagoar, who's also an epic at level 30. And then you can use the code Demon Slayer when you make the account to get my favorite champion out of this roster, Tholan Foulbeard, who is an absolute slayer. One of the top 3 champions on my account still, and I got him on day 1. And you can too. And if you already have an account and you want to make a new one, which I would recommend doing if you're not super far into the game and you didn't use a beginner link before, uninstall Plarium Play and then use a new email. And then you're Gucci. Then you are Gucci, my friend. Well, the second reason, the more important reason why this is so good is because you get the Diabolist from farming campaign stage 12-3, right? Which is the most efficient champion farming stage. So you're already going to be farming this a lot. From brutal 12-3, you get the Diabolist. So you should be saving these duplicate champions you get, right? Don't use them for food. Why? Here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. You get CVC points. You get massive CVC points. The amount of points that you get from this is absolutely absurd for using duplicate champs to upgrade the skills of that champ. This is the most efficient use for these duplicate champions, if they're not fusion, that you get from farming, right? From the champions you get from farming, not food. Every resource in this game has a proper use, guys. Comment down below what resource you want me to cover next. But yeah, don't use your Diabolists as food. There's some other duplicates that you'll get, like War Maiden, right? Like you can do this with uncommon and common champions too. Still gives you a good amount of points, but in particular, the Diabolist just works out perfectly, right? Because she's rare and you get her from 12-3, which you're already going to be farming a lot. But especially, if you have plenty of mystery shards, feel free to be lenient with this just to maximize your CVC points. Because the other thing is every time there's a CVC and my clan wins, or even if my clan doesn't win and it's a personal reward CVC, my account progress just skyrockets, right? So the CVC rewards, guys, like if there's a time to be locked into this game, it's during the CVC. Lock in during the CVC. And it's fun. I enjoy CVC like the most. My clan comes together. Which, by the way, if you want to join my clan, you can join my Discord. The link's in bio. There's a raid channel in there, and then just ping me or ping Sushi in there, and we'll kick somebody who's inactive. There are a few inactive players we're looking to kick, so we're looking for some new recruits. So stop using your Diabolist as food, guys. Start stockpiling the duplicates you get. Save them, and then when a CVC comes around, turn this champion that would otherwise be food into tournament dominance, guys. Right? This is how you win at raid. Like little clever tricks like this that just, it's little efficiencies that just add up over time. Some more efficiency tricks like this just off the top is never upgrading an artifact past level 12 unless you're pretty sure that you're going to keep it permanently, or if you're kind of sure that you're going to keep it for a long time and there's like an artifact event going on or a CVC going on, right? Like, okay, there were a few things there, so let me kind of like dissect that a little bit. One is wait to upgrade your gear for a CVC or like a tournament. Very efficient. But the other, and I made this mistake a lot, is I definitely upgraded too much gear to level 16. Like I know silver seems like it's very abundant, and it is, But I've wasted millions of silver like upgrading mid-tier gear to level 16, and I definitely regret it because honestly, you can never have too much silver. You can never have too much silver. And the cost curve, right, from level 12 to 16 is exponential. So going from level 12 to 16 costs way more, guys, trust me, than to go from 0 to 12. And the power curve does not represent the cost curve. Let me just say that. The power increase does not, it's not proportional to the cost increase. And a lot of this stuff, it's interesting now that I'm realizing, a lot of this stuff is about like resisting instant gratification and playing like the long game in raid, right? It's about delaying gratification. Resist, guys, resist. Diamond hands until it's time to use the resource. You know what? I'm feeling generous. I'm feeling generous. I was about to get off for the night, but I figured that this would fit very nicely into this video, guys. Very nicely, like a puzzle. And it's like a rule that I wish I would have abided by when I started playing this game. And it's the, I'll call it the never 6-star without books rule. Never 6-star without books. Let's say what this is. So what is this? Honestly, you don't need to follow it like super hard, but the idea stands, right? So don't take a champion to 6 stars, guys, unless you have the books ready to fully skill them up. Why does this matter? Well, this is the raid reality, guys. An unbooked 6-star legendary often performs worse than a fully booked 5-star epic, right? That is how much impact the books have. You're kind of wasting chickens and XP on these champs that have incomplete builds, right? And what this forces you to do is just prioritize smartly, right? And I've talked about this in other videos before, but you should always build fewer champions, but every champion you build should be fully built out. So don't cast a wide net, guys. Don't cast a wide net with your resources. That's like, I guess, a more general version of this rule, but it's still relevant. Don't cast a wide net, guys. Cast a deep, narrow net. A deep, narrow net. This is just going to make your account more powerful, right? This is just how it works. Like, concentrated power in raid is always better than spreading it thin, right?